The St. Kitts and Nevis Stop the Pops campaign, which ran for 10 weeks from October to December 2021, was part of a Caribbean-wide initiative to sensitize the various local publics on the sources or causes, harmful effects, and mitigation strategies that can be used to address POPs, which are persistent organic pollutants. The campaign was sponsored by the Global Environment Facility, GEF, implemented by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, and coordinated regionally by the Basel Convention Regional Center Caribbean, BCRC, which is headquartered in Trinidad. Local co-sponsors of the project were Sen Consulting and the TDC Group of companies. The local government affiliate was the St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards, the SKNBS, represented by Dr. Marcus Natter. The program was coordinated locally by Noah G. Mills, Managing Director and owner of Sen Consulting. The local leg of the regional campaign started with a radio tour on all 6 radio stations across St. Kitts and Nevis. Radio interviews were hosted by Noah Mills and saw panelists include Dr. Marcus Natter, Science and Research Manager at the St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards, Mr. Edward Claxton, Agriculturalist at TDC, Ms. Jamila Christopher, Senior Executive at the Joseph and France General Hospital, Mr. Jermaine Saki Lake, General Manager at the St. Kitts and Nevis Quarry, who is also the immediate past Assistant Director at the Ministry of Health, and Mr. Randy Elliott, Director of Agriculture on Nevis. Multiple social media platforms were also used, including WhatsApp, SMS, and Facebook, to disseminate pertinent information to all demographic and psychographic clusters across St. Kitts and Nevis. The Stop the Pops campaign also saw the local organizing team partner with the Ministry of Tourism by joining said ministry's island-wide motorcade to further promote the need to save our plants, animals, environment, and the planet at large. The final leg of the local campaign involved a 2-stage poetry and spoken word competition targeting both primary and secondary schools on St. Kitts and Nevis. 20 students submitted entries from the primary schools and 7 from secondary schools. The 4 Kittitian public primary schools that participated included Bronte Welch, Edgar T. Morris, Sandy Point, and Joshua Obadiah Williams, plus 1 private primary school, namely the Maud Cross Preparatory School. 4 public secondary schools on St. Kitts participated, including the Bastyr, Virchiles, Keon, and Charles E. Mills institutions. The submissions from both categories were then shortlisted to 5 finalists for each level. At the secondary school tier, each school was represented with 2 finalists hailing from the Charles E. Mills and 1 each from Keon, Bastyr, and Virchiles High Schools. At the primary school level, 2 finalists came from Joshua Obadiah Williams and 1 each from the Sandy Point, George Moody, and Maud Cross Preparatory Schools. 5 independent judges adjudicated the competition at each of the 2 stages, with 2 judges from Stage 1 moving on to judge Stage 2. Miss Samantha Boone, Miss Jihan Williams, Mr. Dion French, Dr. Marcus Natter, and Miss Laura Teixeira, who works at the BCRC in Trinidad, judged the first round. The second round was assessed by Miss Samantha Boone, Miss Jihan Williams, Mr. Clement Monarch Ogaro, Mr. Lachlan Tatum, and Miss Sharon Rattan, who is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Environment. The results reported for the poetry and spoken word competition are as follows. At the primary school level, first place, Amira Claxton from the George Moody School with 405 points. Second place, Zonnie Underwood from the Maud Cross Preparatory School with 385 points. Third place, Denaya Matthew from the Sandy Point School with 325 points. At the secondary school level, first place, Janaya Hobson of the Bastia High School with 455 points. Second place, Keelan Burnham from the Virchiles High School with 379 points. Third place, Jahaste Rogers from the Charles E. Mills School with 235 points. The sponsors, regional and local donors, as well as organizers, use this platform to thank all participants, contributors, and stakeholders for their involvement in what was deemed a successful project. We do hope that the message continues to reverberate throughout our regional societies, leading to positive attitudinal and behavioral change as we strive to stop the POPs. For more information, visit www.stopthepops.com.